YouTube, what is up? Northeast Ohio here for a video about StarStock. So, full disclosure, I am recording this just prior to the Tuesday night games starting. And what I wanted to do here was, and part of this is for my own personal record keeping, I'm just going to kind of run down my StarStock inventory, my account balance, and where I sit currently. And I might just check in on this every once in a while. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a glimpse into what I'm holding on StarStock into the season. So if you want to check out StarStock, promo code down below. If you deposit $10, you get a bonus $10 and I get $10. Also the links to market movers and Amazon affiliate links and all that jazz, like, comment, sub, all that stuff. So quickly, for those not familiar with StarStock, I guess let's start there. There's a billion videos on this, but I'll give you a quick rundown. Essentially, it is an online marketplace for trading cards. You could buy, you could sell. Everything happens instantaneously. No returns. They grade things. So if I click on John Morant here, they give things their own personal ratings, StarStock A's, B's, and C's. And then they also sell graded cards as well. They give you nice little charts down here to chart prices. Prices and comps do not reflect directly to the real world because you don't have A-rated cards on eBay. It's just kind of your best guess on the listing. And we don't really know what StarStock A is yet. They just started offering grading services. And a lot of people were submitting through that. None of that stuff's come back yet. So I'll be curious to see the numbers. A lot of people are very curious to see the numbers on the percentage rate of PSA 10s out of StarStock A's. That could drastically change the market. And then you could send cards into them as long as they are rookies and basically modern players of any of the major sports. And then they'll add those to your collection and then you could sell them from there. And then everything is transferred magically on the back end. So you don't actually see the card that you're buying. You just know that you are buying a Ja Morant Prism StarStock A. And you kind of take their word for it. That's what that means. So that's the StarStock 120-second rundown. So my current inventory, and I've bought and sold a lot of stuff leading up to the preseason. Now, I will say this. I started on StarStock during the NBA bubble games, during the scrimmage games. I've told the story multiple times before. The first day I deposited on StarStock was the first great Bull day. The only thing I have ever deposited on the StarStock is $25. That's it. And I've never sent them a card. I've never requested a card and I've never taken money out of my account. I have obviously gotten some bonus bucks from people using the promo code. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know how much because they don't really do a great job of telling you. You just kind of randomly log in and check your account balance and it went up like $30. Obviously it's from that because I haven't sold anything, but you know, like I don't necessarily remember what was in my account balance. And then I've bought and sold stuff and that, you know, there's just not a great like in and out system. There's definitely some improvements they can make and they make rollout improvements every few weeks. And I'll talk about the biggest one I would like to see. So StarStock, if you're watching this, we'll get to that in a quick second. So currently in my account balance, I have $88 and that is on purpose. I like to have some money hanging around to be able to go out and try to do some quick flips while I am watching basketball games if some rando starts to go off. So we have about $90 in the old account. And like I said, a lot of this is kind of for my own record keeping. So like in 3 or 4 weeks from now, I could go back and do another one of these and I can reference this old video to kind of see where I sit and where it goes from there. They give my collection an estimated value of $880. Now, I don't know how much I buy that. I don't know if they're going off last sales data. I don't know what makes this up. Estimated value in your collection to meet your currently applied filters based on latest sale price of a card. There we go. I answered my own question. Look at that. We are learning together. So what am I sitting on StarStock? Nothing super crazy. I have picked up some pretty decent deals. And this is the one thing I wish StarStock had that they don't at the moment. On this page, StarStock, this is your My Collection page. Please, for the love of God, tell me how much I paid for the cards. Give me an average if I own multiples. For example, I own 3 Wendell Carter Jr. base Prism StarStock A's. Why can't somewhere over here it tell me, hey, dummy, your average price paid per card is or was X? That would be so helpful. The only way you can really find that is going into your activity log and then going back through the list, and it's a pain in the ass. So first up, Mitchell, base Prism, PSA 9. At the time that I bought most of these cards, I only had a few $100 at most of my account at any one given time because I'm kind of constantly churning and burning. So I have a lot of PSA, not a lot of PSA 9s, but most of my stuff of graded stuff is PSA 9s. I've just been able to kind of hop into the graded level of cards. So I forget exactly what I paid for this, but it was pretty cheap. It was like $125, give or take. Once again, tell me that, StarStock. Wendell Carter Jr., base Prisms. I think I got these for under $10 a piece. PSA 10 Prism, red, white, and blue. Last sale, this was me. I paid $60 for this. There's not a ton of these on StarStock. To me, $60 for a PSA 10 of a semi-trendy player, possibly, I thought wasn't a terrible deal. John Morant base Prism PSA 9. I forget what I paid for this. I feel like it was around $150-ish. Don't remember. I didn't buy this that long ago, but I thought it was a good deal, and I wanted to get some Ja before the season started because I really think Ja is going to go crazy. Tyler Hero PSA 9. I'm not the biggest Tyler Hero guy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I bought this last year during the playoffs. Got kind of caught up in things and thought it was going to keep going up, and it didn't. It started going back down again. I think I paid $125 or $130 for this, kind of at the peak of his powers. And I've been sitting on it since because I didn't want to take a loss on it, and I felt like I would just roll it into this season and see what happens. Good old Dylan Windler. Let's get into the Northeast Ohio section of the collection. I paid a couple bucks for these. Definitely way less than $6. So these have actually shot up in the last couple days. Kevin Porter Jr. PSA 9. I got this for, I think I might have been this last $32 sale or right around $30. I figured a base Prism PSA 9 for $30 of someone that I kind of like is a good deal when it costs, at least nowadays, almost 20 some bucks just to grade a card to begin with. And on StarStock, it costs $30 to grade a card. Obviously you could send in graded cards already, but to me, that seemed like a no-brainer. KPJ Green Prism, KPJ Red, White, and Blue Prism. A lot of times what you'll find on StarStock that I've noticed is the base Prisms will shoot up first and fastest. And then you go to search for a player and you realize, hey, dummy, their parallels are selling for less than the base Prisms are currently selling for because there's a little bit of lag on that. So I swoop in and buy that stuff all the time. That's also same thing. This Darius Baisley. Red, white, and blue. OG Anunoby base Prisms or base Optics. I wish I bought more of these. There was a ton of them on there for about $8, and I just didn't pull the trigger. I bought 5, and I could have bought a lot more, and I didn't. Dylan Brooks. I don't know if he's going to get any love on that team, but it is what it is. And he does not have a Prism rookie. So I picked up some optics of him, 9 of them for fairly cheap. I think I got these for about $7 a piece. They've actually gone down since I bought them slightly. But he might fly a little too under the radar to get a lot of love, but I really like him as a player. I'm not sure I want to necessarily invest heavily into him, but I figured I'd give it a whirl. And then Keldon Johnson's Select. Once again, people kind of forget about some of this stuff. I got these for $8 to $9 a piece. His Prisms are almost $30 a piece, I think, $27.50 on StarStock. So I looked around for other things to buy, and this seemed like the best deal. So I just jumped on it. And then I just bought this. I thought this was a steal. I paid $110 or $120 for this. And this is a PSA 9 Select Ja Premier level. So I thought that was a really good deal. But so that is my inventory heading into the season. So we'll see what happens. None of this stuff. the way I view StarStock is I'm not looking to hold any of this stuff long term. I mean, I do like John Morant. Maybe those will sit in there for a while. But when I buy stuff on StarStock, I'm not like in it to like ship it home to me. My goal is that I'm going to buy it because I think it's going to go up in value in the next few weeks and then resell it. So the Jaws, I will probably be looking to hold a little bit more long term. Same with the Donovan Mitchell. The Wendell Carter Juniors, I would probably personally, I'm going to look to move those fairly quickly. I'm not a long term believer in him. Same with most of this Cavs stuff. Porter Jr. looks like he's not going to play the first game, so I'm not sure what's still going on with him. It's still his personal issues. Tyler Hero, I'll hold on to, but I would move it if I was able to profit off of it, but I'm willing to ride out that risk. OG, I'm looking to hold for a little decent amount. Keldon Johnson, Dylan Brooks, Dylan Windler, Baisley, all these, like this whole section here, I would move fairly quickly if the prices went up. And some of the stuff I could already sell for a profit, but I've held it this long, so we're going to see what happens. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to throw this out there to kind of show the world what I'm sitting on my StarStock inventory. It's not a ton of stuff. I haven't sent them anything. So it's just what I've bought and flipped. And that's just kind of how I played it. Like I said, I threw 25 bucks on there in June, slowly build it up, get little boosts every now and again from the 10 buck thing. And we'll see what happens. You know, to me, having 25 bucks in my account and then, you know, some $10 boosts from you guys, I'm pretty happy with this, with basically starting with 25 bucks and some $10 bonuses. You know, a couple Ja PSA 9s, a Donovan Mitchell PSA 9. Like, you know, there's a lot of junk in here, like Dylan Windler and whatnot. But, you know, I have a few legitimate, semi-legitimate things. Nothing crazy, but 25 bucks. And then in 6 months later, you know, because I started in June or July, I'll take it, you know, whatever. So, yeah, I would highly, if you're not using StarStock, I highly recommend it. It is a ton of fun. It is an absolute ton of fun. It takes a minute to kind of get used to their pricing and stuff, just because it's a little weird with the whole StarStock A stuff. And I'll tell you what, if StarStock A's come back at like 60% PSA 10s and like, you know, 35% PSA 9s and 5% other stuff, that's going to be a huge win for StarStock A's. And I could see the price going up even more. Like, it's almost going to get treated, you know, there's probably a point where if they did well enough on PSA 10s on StarStock A grades that people submit, that a StarStock A should sell for more than a PSA 10, maybe. If you think you have like a 60 to 65% chance of that being a 10. So I'm going to be very curious to see how their whole marketplace shakes out once the stuff comes back. It's extremely ballsy because if they're not confident in their pre-evaluation of the cards, and they say that they will only, if you select that you want to grade stuff, and you send it off, they give it another look over before it goes out, and they say they will only send things that they think will PSA 9. Now, I haven't graded anything myself personally. I was kind of waiting for some stuff to come back before I sent anything. And at the time, I didn't really have anything in my account that I thought would be worth grading. I still don't know that I necessarily do. Maybe the Baisley if he starts hot. Maybe the KPJ if he turns it around. Maybe the Keldon Johnsons if he starts hot. But I also, no one really knows what their turnaround time is yet. They've promised some decent turnaround times, but no one knows that for sure until we see it. So, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Enjoy the first full day of the season. I'm going to settle in. Like I said, I'm recording this prior to the Tuesday night games. I'm about to go watch those now, but I wanted to get this on tape before the season starts. And this will probably be, considering today is the day before Christmas Eve now, this will probably be the last video until the Sunday update. That is my next planned video. Obviously, a lot of stuff could happen in the wonderful world of sports cards between now and then. So I'm going to take a few days off. But if something happens, I will pop on and shoot a quick video out about whatever it is. I've been putting a lot of stuff out the last couple days just to try to get some stuff out there before the NBA season starts. Some predictions, the hot take video, all that kind of stuff. So if I do not have to pop back on, Merry Christmas, everybody. Be safe out there. Don't be stupid. Be careful. It's 2020. You never know what the hell's going to happen. And we will catch you guys on Sunday, barring any crazy shenanigans. So, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.